With just over a week left in the school year, an outbreak of whooping cough has now hit the Valley View School District. So far, Dayton and Montgomery County Public Health confirmed 9 cases.
And tonight, Jenny Bork live from Germantown. Tell us about how this is all spread here.
Adam and Elise, the health department says this is highly contagious because it's spread through droplets when an infected person coughs or sneezes around other people. It's preventable, though, with a common vaccine. So I asked the local doctor if this many cases is average.
From my standpoint, that's quite a large number of cases in one single school district.
Dayton and Montgomery County Public Health said today Montgomery County has seen 43 cases this year of pertussis, known as whooping cough, confirming there's currently 9 cases within the Valley View School District alone. Last year's provisional report from the CDC shows Ohio had the most overall cases in the country and the most cases, 6.89 per 100,000 people. Being vaccinated can prevent the spread. I asked Dr. Rukan Ahmed with Kettering Health if he's seeing less people get the vaccination.
It does appear that most people are still getting vaccinated for pertussis appropriately, and there's a common misconception where it confers lifelong immunity, but it doesn't.
That means periodic booster shots are necessary. Dr. Ahmed says there are 3 phases. Symptoms are typically cold-like with a mild cough for 1 or 2 weeks. That can turn into severe coughing fits that can make people vomit or have difficulty breathing, which can last 1 or 2 months. The recovery phase can take weeks or months. Public Health says infants, young children, pregnant women, or people with weak immune systems are more at risk for having severe complications.
Death can certainly occur from pertussis, but if it's managed appropriately, the recovery rate is quite good.
Antibiotics are the most common treatment for the disease. Dr. Ahmed says if you have it, you should quarantine for 5 days while you're taking those antibiotics. And if you don't have antibiotics, you should quarantine for 21 days from the time that you first started coughing. I reached out to the superintendent from Valley View School District for comment about the outbreak, but I didn't hear back. Back to you in studio.
Generally, thank you. We also have new information out of that officer-involved shooting in Coleraine Township near Cincinnati. That happened at the Kroger on Springdale Road just before 4 this afternoon. Now, we do know tonight no officers were hurt. 2 people, though, were taken to the hospital. Coleraine Township Police gave an update just 30 minutes ago. Take a listen.
As officers approached the involved suspect, the suspect pointed a gun at our officers just outside the store. A gunfight ensued with the suspect retreating into the store. Officers engaged the suspect, resulting in the suspect being struck and quickly taken into custody. During the exchange of gunfire, an innocent bystander was struck.
Now, the chief says both are thankfully expected to survive, and per policy, officers involved have all been put on administrative leave. Now, the department has asked Ohio BCI to conduct an independent investigation. Tyler Madden spoke to a witness who was in that store when this all went down.
This can't be happening. You're just trying to buy your groceries.
That same thought was going through the minds of everyone in and around the Kroger on Springdale Road Wednesday afternoon. What was just a normal shopping trip turned into a nightmare. One lady we spoke with was shopping in the back of the store.
I just heard a pop, first one pop and then a couple more, and I thought it was a balloon popping from the floral department or something.
But she says the popping didn't stop.
It became more and more of them, and then people started running to the back, and the employees were telling everybody to get out the back.
Sprinting out of the store, Chris says she and several other people took cover in one of the back areas.
There was a big semi back there, so we all just kind of went back behind the semi to kind of hide, not knowing where he might be if he was coming in out the back, so we all just kind of hid behind the semi.
She says everyone's sprinting out of all different exits while helping each other get out of harm's way.
It's scary. It was very scary.
Hi, I don't know if I should call 911 or you, but I was on the water and I found a body.
Tonight, police investigating after a body was found in the Great Miami River. Moraine police received a call you just heard around 9 o'clock this morning. They say the victim was a man, but his identity is unknown at this time.
We told you yesterday the National Democratic Party said it would nominate Joe Biden for president earlier than usual just so it'll meet Ohio's deadline to put him on our November presidential ballot. So why are state lawmakers still in a special session called by the governor? Tom Bosco has been at the State House the past 2 days to show us.
We know you're trying to silence our voices.
That's the accusation from voters. A few of them showed up at a House committee hearing Wednesday. The House introduced 2 bills that would get Biden on the ballot, but they would also ban foreign contributors for ballot issues. A Senate bill passed yesterday would do the same thing. But opponents say that foreign money part of it, just a smokescreen designed to keep citizen-led initiatives like the abortion rights issue that passed last year off the ballot.
They are designed to chill grassroots organizations supporting ballot initiatives. This bill should be called what it is, an attack on Ohioans' right to organize.
Those testifying say the Republican supermajority leaves them no recourse but to turn to citizen-led ballot initiatives like an anti-gerrymandering issue that petitioners are trying to get on the ballot in November. They say Republicans want to make it harder to get on the ballot.
They want to silence us. That's the intent. That's the exact intent of this. They don't want us involved. They want to keep their supermajority. They want to do what they want to do. They want to get their money from their lobbyists.
That was Tom Bosco reporting. Now, an investigation underway tonight after a deadly natural gas explosion in downtown Youngstown. Take a look. This is that wreckage that was left behind. It happened yesterday afternoon on the ground floor of the Realty Tower. Now, officials say the 13-story building has a Chase Bank and apartments in the upper floors. A bank employee, Akil Drake, was killed. 7 others were hurt. 1 woman is in critical condition tonight. Now, people who worked in the building say the aftermath of that blast was chaotic.
It wasn't pretty. It was pretty hectic. It was a crazy scene right when we stumbled upon it. I mean, the police had just gotten to the scene. We saw a few people coming out on stretchers, and we saw the entire front of the building exploded.
Now, the NTSB says it is launching a pipeline and hazardous materials investigation.
Springboro police now investigating after vandalism at North Park in that city. Now, it happened on the park's brand new all-inclusive playground. Eli Burgett spoke to residents about what they think should be done.
What we do know is that a turf mound on the playground right here behind me at North Park in Springboro was destroyed, creating a safety hazard for several families playing in the area. Today, I had the opportunity to speak to several members of the community on what should be done.
I know that safety is a big concern with safety equipment or playground equipment, so I'm sure that's not something completely that's off of their radar.
The city of Springboro posting on Facebook Wednesday morning, someone pulled out one of the mounds inside of the new inclusive play area in North Park. A witness says they saw a group of around 7 boys ripping the mound out Tuesday afternoon. Police are tracking down those responsible right now, but in the meantime, people are hoping changes can be made to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
It is still unclear how much it will cost to repair the damages to the park, but the people of Springboro feel that a change is necessary before another crime like this happens. The city is urging anyone with information on the vandalism to call the Springboro Police at 937-748-0611. And if you saw something, say something. Back to you.
All right, well, it was a nice day to go to the park today. Looks like we might have a few more of those this week as it progresses.
Yeah, tomorrow's looking really nice again. Friday, it's looking pretty good. Today, it was cool, but we also had some showers make their way in. In fact, one lingering shower, now weakening as it's making its way through, but we did have a heavier pocket of rain push through parts of Darke County, making its way into Montgomery County. So a little bit of some light rainfall through western Montgomery County right now. Temperatures 60s and 50s. We got 60 in Dayton, 57 in Troy right now, 55 up in Wapakoneta. And tonight's going to be a cool one. Lows dropping to right around 50 degrees. I do think we'll see some upper 40s across the area too. So it's going to be a little chilly out there tonight. But coming up, taking a look at the rest of the week's forecast, I'll let you know when we'll see some more rain back in the picture.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. How Montgomery County organizations are now spreading hope for those battling hidden battles. Up next.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now. Well, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and exactly 1 week after Montgomery County Adamus lost 2 forms of crisis services because the Board of Trustees failed to approve contracts for new ones, Adamus is finding a new way to spread hope in the community. This comes as suicide rates here in the Montgomery County are on the rise. Kasha Hancock was there as the Montgomery County Prevention Coalition revealed the second of 4 new suicide prevention murals. She joins us live. Kasha, what will these works of art do?
I'm standing in front of that second mural now, and MCPC hopes these murals will give people extra encouragement to keep going and to get the help they need if they're struggling. Not just through positive messages and art, but by providing helpful resources.
We've seen a huge increase in our suicides in Montgomery County over the last few years, and we're averaging around 2 a week.
Brittany Long with Montgomery County Adamus is helping create a new way to help the Dayton community. To spread hope and amplify community resources, the Montgomery County Prevention Coalition will be placing 4 murals around Dayton.
There's a QR code in the corner of it, so 24 hours a day, if somebody comes by and says, where do I go for resources, what can I do? Just snap on that QR code and it'll take you to where you need to go.
The second mural on North Dixie Drive is painted on the side of With God's Grace, a mobile food pantry dedicated to helping those in need.
You don't know what anybody's going through. At any given time, you don't know what their path is and what their hardship is.
Gavin Amspaugh created the design for this mural. He says he takes suicide prevention and mental health seriously, and it's personal to him.
My girlfriend introduced me to her best friend, Courtney Hubbard, but she was an amazing person. She was the highlight of all the events. She had a very bubbly, happy personality. In 2020, she ended up taking her own life.
MCPC and Adamus says they're grateful for the help they received in bringing this mural to life.
So the Montgomery County Arts and Cultural District does a special projects grant through CultureWorks every year, and we were honored. The Montgomery County Prevention Coalition was granted $10,000.
To learn more about the Montgomery County Prevention Coalition and resources that are available to you, you can visit the web version of this story on Dayton247now.com. Back to you.
Well, still a lingering shower across the area through Montgomery County, making its way southward. This activity continues to weaken, and that will continue to be the case heading into the rest of this evening as high pressure slides in and we get some cooler weather to slide into place. It's going to be a little cool overnight, lows dropping to around 50 degrees. Clouds may keep some spots a little warmer, but it does look like just a cool start tomorrow. 70s for the afternoon with sunshine. So a nice day, but for this time of the year, it's a little bit on the cooler side. By Friday morning, we wake up to 40s and 50s, and then Friday afternoon, we'll continue that warming trend, upper 70s. Saturday getting even warmer, back up into the lower 80s for the afternoon, but we also have rain that makes its way back in. By the second half of the day, we'll be tracking some showers and then still some shower activity for next week too. So I'll have more details on that coming up.
The jury was dismissed after more than 4.5 hours of deliberation today in Donald Trump's hush money case. The panel of 7 men and 5 women is considering 34 counts of falsifying business records against Trump. Each count must be agreed upon unanimously by all members of the jury. Trump denies all wrongdoing, saying the jurors don't know what the case is actually about.
They don't know what the crime is. That's what the problem is. It's a disgrace. This thing ought to be ended immediately. The judge ought to end it and save his reputation.
Deliberations will resume tomorrow morning, and it could take weeks to come to a verdict.
The latest ceasefire proposal from Algeria comes as at least 37 Palestinians were killed in Israeli strikes in Rafah overnight and on Tuesday. Most of them sheltering in tents near where a fire broke out at a refugee camp after strikes on Sunday killed at least 45. Now, the IDF says Sunday's fire may have been caused by a secondary explosion because they say the munitions used were too small to start the fire.
Former GOP presidential candidate and former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, is now facing criticism for signing an artillery shell during a trip to Israel. Photos posted online by an Israeli politician yesterday show Haley writing a message reading, quote, "Finish them. America loves Israel always," end quote. Human rights group Amnesty International denounced it as a political stunt. Haley defends her support, saying in a post online, thousands of Palestinian civilians joined the violence following Hamas's October 7th raid of Israel.
Well, live look now from our Eco Plumber Skycam. Cool evening as you step outside, but not too bad. Let's check in with Natalie, who's out there right now.
Well, it's a cool evening out here, but it's really nice, and we got some nice weather on the way. Some below normal temperatures, but it's going to be pretty pleasant. But these below normal temperatures that we had today and that we have tomorrow may put us out of the top 10 spot, or at least this number 6 spot that we have right now. With our warmest May on record being 1896, we're sitting at number 6 with an average temperature for the month of 68.9 degrees. But as I mentioned, with some cooler air in place, it does look like we'll drop down in this list just a little bit, at least, as we still have a few more days with those below normal temperatures, or at least tomorrow, lower 70s, 77 for our Friday. But we do get back into the 80s by this weekend. And I'm also tracking some rain for this weekend, too. So I'll have a look at that 7-day coming up.
A bill that would limit cell phone in classrooms was recently signed by Governor Mike DeWine. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the new model policy released just today that schools could soon use.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now. Ohio has now released a model policy for cell phone usage in schools. Now, Governor DeWine recently signed House Bill 250 that requires every district in the state to establish an official policy limiting cell phone use during the school day. The goal to strengthen learning, foster a sense of community in schools by decreasing the distractions. Now, schools can either adopt this policy or create their own, all by July 2025. Here's the details on the proposal. Under this model, Students would be prohibited from using cell phones on school property during school hours. Now, exceptions include monitoring or addressing a health concern, or if it's part of a student's individualized education program. For storage, phones must be kept in a secure place like a locker, closed backpack, or storage device, all provided by the district during school hours. If a student violates the policy, a teacher or administrator can give a verbal warning, take the phone and store it securely until class is over, or keep the phone in the school office until school is out for the day. The student's parent could be called to pick it up.
A new Job and Family Services mobile unit now on the move. County leaders gathered today to celebrate with a ribbon cutting for the new specialty bus. It's designed to assist families in need of resources and public assistance services, regardless of their location. The 38-foot bus is equipped with 8 workstations, a conference room, Wi-Fi, and it's fully accessible. The project started back in 2016, but the county says recently there was a greater need.
This is something that we've talked about for a long time. And 5 years ago when the tornadoes hit and our teams were out all over, we were like, boy, wouldn't it have been nice if we could have that vehicle we've talked about. And the great thing about it is we can take this into the neighborhoods. We can take this into festivals and into events that people maybe can't get down to the job center or they can't get here to the EOCs.
This is the only JFS mobile unit in Ohio.
The Bellbrook Sugar Creek Community Support Center food pantry is currently running low, so they need your help to stock up on the following supplies. So canned fruit, tuna, chicken, pasta, rice, side dishes, chicken broth, pasta and sauce, cream soups, plus personal care items, baby wipes, toilet paper, shampoo, deodorant, laundry detergent. Now, we're going to show you the address here in just a second of where you can take this stuff to. There it is right there. So the information is in the web version of this story at Dayton247now.com. That pantry is open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Again, it's on 51 Southeast Street in Bellbrook. There's a collection bin at the front entrance for after-hours donations. They say all donations are welcome and they're needed.
It's official. Deron Holmes II will hope to hear his name called in the NBA draft. I'll have a look back at his 3 years with the Dayton Flyers. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.